Alright, so today we're playing Risk of Rain 2, and if you don't know what this game is, then you should go out and buy it immediately, because it is awesome! This is one of the best games of this year so far. I played the original, which is basically just like this, but in 2D, which may be kind of hard to imagine once you see what the game is, but it is a rogue-lite shooter. I did already try recording this on multiplayer. It did not work. That was a fucking mistake. Multiplayer games are the worst, as you know, because you probably play League, because that's mostly what my channel is about. But we're going to play this too. I love Risk of Rain 2. This is the character I'm playing right now. It is a plant that is in love with a robot and vice versa. That's what you can see there. It's beautiful. Let's jump right in. Okay, so we fall out of this pod from the sky, and basically this is the first level. This is the Titanic Plains. It can be this or another level. Basically, like I said, it's a roguelite shooter, but obviously those things kind of don't really go together very well. So there are characters that you can play. This is one of them. They just released another one too that I don't have yet that has like a grappling hook or something. But it basically breaks down into the normal archetypes. There's a shooter, there's an archer, there's a mage, kind of, there's a summoner, kind of, he's an engineer, so he places, like, turrets and stuff. And your goal is to make it as far as possible. You come down, I like perching on the little rock like this. It makes me feel like a god. So your goal is to get as far as possible. You come down here, you wait for monsters to spawn, and it gets really crazy later in the game. And see that over there? Okay, I can't hit it right. That thing over there, that's the teleporter. You're trying to get to that once you have enough items, and that will summon the boss. If you beat the boss, you can move on to the next game area in the game. And from there, you do it and keep going. And gradually, as you can see up in the corner, the difficulty is increasing the whole time, so you have to play fast. So you have to choose between getting items in an area or beating the boss and trying to move on. Because as you wait, more and more monsters will spawn in accordance with the difficulty, and the difficulty will gradually go up. That's not going to be a big deal for us because I want to get a lot of items. And I'm not that bad at the really high difficulty. I think it's great. It gets kind of chaotic. Like, you can have, like, 100 enemies on screen at one time. A number of them can be bosses, because the bosses start spawning as, like, normal enemies. In case you can't tell, I can't fucking aim at all. And it gets really crazy. And so that's what we want to see. So the character I'm playing is Rex, which is the plant that's in love with the robot. And if that didn't sound like a weird enough concept, basically, I use health. You can see my health down in the corner and my level, which I get experience from killing monsters. It increases my base damage, which my abilities scale off of. And it increases my max health. So basically, I spend health to use abilities, and then some of my abilities, if I hit them properly, will give me health. Like that flower that I just sent out is like my ultimate ability, and that Cogma, this is kind of like a Cogma mortar that you see me using right now. I can't aim it, and it sucked because it takes health to use. My basic attack are these 3 darts I keep shooting out. The third one, if it hits, will send me some health and will debuff the enemy that it hit. I have sort of this crappier ability. It's that shockwave thing that you just saw me, you know, knock that big flaming wisp away with. I'm not that partial to that. But basically, I spend health to get more health and to deal damage. And that flower is a kind of a nice crowd control. Like, see, it'll suck everything in. That was not a good example at all because there were really no other enemies there. So I really shouldn't have done that because I need the health, as you can see. So as you kill things around the map, you get more gold. And there's a few ways to get gold, but the primary one is to wait for things to spawn and then to kill them. And you use gold to unlock all of these chests you see me opening to get items. And that's my item bar up there. And each item does different things. Some items are better than others. And there's, I want to say like 100 items, maybe? There's a lot. Now you can see what my flower does, at least. It lines them up from my big mortar shell, and for each enemy that's in this flower area that gets sucked in, it gradually steals health from them and sends it to me. So basically it just powers up all of my mortar blasts, you know, sending me health so that I can just constantly spam it like Cogma. And so basically that's the game. You want to run around, get gold, and don't die. If you die, death is permanent. Like I said, it's roguelite. And Oh, that's good on me. It's tricky because this is one of the worst characters in the game. I love this character because it's a plant that's in love with a robot. What the fuck is there not to like? And look, when I run too, I can sprint. I turn into like a plant, you know, under the ground, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But I like it. And I don't have any movement abilities. That's the big problem. Like, a lot of the other characters are fast. I'm not fast. I'm inherently slow. A lot of the other characters have, like, dashes or teleports. I don't have any of that, so I'm going to get this item that increases my move speed. I have a stack of 2 now up there, you can see, because items stack infinitely. I've gotten up to like 20 of a certain item. And in case you're wondering, the item's up there, that's syringe, that increases my base attack speed, which is good on me because my third attack heals. That key is stupid. It means that from now on, like, a certain type of chest will spawn in each level. That sort of like vaguely racist thing, I want to say it's like a headdress, that means that my critical strikes will heal me. And then that leg wrapping thing that increases my base move speed, which is really good on me because I can't move for shit. Now I'm getting a little bit faster though, which should help. And so I'm gonna just grab a few items and I'm gonna run over to the boss. And I'm gonna try and now that you have kind of like an understanding of the game, if you didn't before, I'm gonna try and edit through some of the early, really basic aspects of the game. You can see there's not a lot of monsters nearby. There's not a lot of rigor in what's going on. So I'm going to get a lot of items, and we're going to try and power through to some of the good stuff, because it probably takes, I want to say, like 40 minutes, I think, through a run to get to a place where a lot of monsters are spawning. There's a lot of fucking wisps here, though, and there's going to be a lot more since I can't hit any of them. They're going to just keep spawning. But you'll see what I mean. Okay, here we go. We're going to turn on the teleporter. So how this works is there's going to be a big red field. You can see it come out. And I have to stay in this area to charge the teleporter. I can't leave, and monsters won't stop spawning until the teleporter is completely charged. I also have to beat the boss, and this is the boss right here. There's a lot of different bosses that can spawn. Some are locked to like what level you're at, what difficulty you're at so far. And monsters keep spawning during the boss, as you can see. And there's that thing that looks like it's on fire. It looks like the little purple lizard enemies, but it's red. That's an elite enemy. They spawn too. And that particular one sets you on fire, which is a really kind of debilitating debuff. I'm sorry that there was a little bit of lag there. It does happen. I am uploading a video, and this is not... The game is still in early access. It's been in early access since it came out earlier this year. And... it's not 100% completely optimized. Sometimes I have a little bit of lag, even in single player. I think it's the newest update, but it's fine. Overall, I have very few problems. Okay, I guess I'm going up here. Those blue flames are steam vents that send you up flying. And this boss, okay, there's a flaming elite behind me, so I have to be careful. There is fall damage, as you can see, but I don't particularly care. You can see some of the enemies are firing at my gunner drone and my healing drone, which are running around. You spend gold. You can find them in levels. They do follow you between levels, though, and I completely missed that flower. It went through the golem's legs all the way to the other side, which is great. This boss sucks, by the way. It's not hard. It gets a lot harder later on. It's not that it's hard now. It's just that I'm a really bad... early game character. I need a lot of items to really make things work. And then, okay, that says critical strikes heal you. Because the boss drops an item. But since that says critical strikes heal you, what is that item that I said, you know, that I said does that? Because if it's not that, I don't really know what it does. Okay, well, whatever. We got sent through the teleporter. As you can see, it's not instantaneous, so you do have to be really careful. And now we're here in the Abandoned Aqueduct, which is the next level. It's one of the options for the stages that can appear as the second level. And here is one of the enemies that can spawn here. It's a version of those little beetle things over there. It's like that, but it's huge. And then you saw the beetle queen boss was the one I just defeated. And there's stuff, there's boss versions of most of the enemies in the game, which is pretty cool. Especially as you go through and like discover what they are. I'm gonna just shoot him down there with my knockback. So he boils alive in the fucking tar. Fuck him. And then this shrine here, you'll see there's a lot of different like shrines and other ridiculous shit Basically, what this does is it means that when I turn on the teleporter on this level, I'll fight double the bosses I was going to fight. Notice I don't say 2 bosses, because as the difficulty goes on, a number of different bosses can spawn. They'll all be the same. But say, since I'm at medium difficulty, I'm only at stage 2, I'm only going to be fighting 1 boss. So right now I'll be fighting 2. But if I was at the point where I would be fighting 3 bosses, instead I would be fighting 6. Usually what'll happen then, this is that lockbox that key gives me. I'm happy I found it, because it gives me a free item, basically. That shrine that I just touched, it costs health, but it gives you gold for free, which is always great. I need to look around for more items, actually. I'm leaving this area as though I've already gotten everything, and I didn't. I'm not paying attention too much because I'm commentating, which is a lot harder than you would think when there's 50 million enemies around you, and we aren't even at the crazy part of the game yet. Okay, here we go. I got a lot of items now. I could tell you what they all do, but some of them are just so ridiculous they don't make sense. Like, one of them is even, okay, there's 3 bosses here now. That is not what I expected to happen, and essentially what this boss does is it throws bombs at you. And if you're too far away, it rolls bombs at you instead that are much harder to dodge. And if you're too close, then it like shoots out its like oil tendrils that you see. Okay, I need to get some health. So that sucks in all the enemies, and for each one, it sends me a... I am lagging a little bit, but it's because there's so many enemies on screen. Okay, it's fine. I'm going to get out for a second. It's like if you lag in any other game, just take a second to breathe. Essentially, if you're too close to this boss, it reaches out its oil tendrils and like grabs you and all other enemies. And see, it's rolling the bombs at me now. It's much harder for me to dodge those, especially because I'm really slow just as a character. And okay, that it's doing right now, that's what I didn't want to have happen, because it shoots out those oil tendrils and it heals. It gradually heals based off of each enemy that it touches, a lot like my flower. And this is going to be rough. I don't think I said why you would do this. It's called the Challenge of the Mountain. I don't know why my screen turned purple there. That must be a new effect I'm not aware of. And no, I need to move because he's healing off of me. Okay, it's fine. The reason why you want to do this is because for each boss you fight that is doubled from the Trial of the Mountain, it doubles your items too, the items that the boss drops, and it always drops at least a green item, which is a rare item and are generally speaking better. It doesn't necessarily mean it's better for me. Okay, I'm invisible right now because one of my items is a type of medical kit that it helps me stealth. If I take too much damage, then it just auto stealths me. So it's kind of like Sterak's Gauge in League of Legends, but instead of giving you a shield, it stealths you instead. There's so many enemies! Okay, I'm dropping mortars like crazy. That thing next to my skills down in the corner that says Y, okay, 1 boss is down. That is an equipment item. It's a type of item you can find in a special type of chest, and basically it gives me a use of that item on a long cooldown, and the one I happen to have is it heals me, which is very good on me because it lets me launch a lot more mortars. The second boss is down, which is good because I can't dodge any of these more fucking bombs, and I am almost dead. I think maybe it was, maybe I jumped the gun with this Trial of the Mountain, that's what it's called. The double the bosses thing. It's fine that the teleporter is fully charged and they're all completely dead. And oh, a blue portal! Oh, awesome. Okay, and it gave me 2 items. That's a wax quail. So it means while sprinting, you can see me right now, sprinting is when I turn into the plant onto the ground. It shoots me forward if I jump, just like you saw. I'll take that healing drone and then I'm gonna come through here. This blue portal that I just activated is going to send me to a special type of shop, basically, that you spend lunar coins at, and it's good that I get to show you this. You can make these portals show up if you really wanted to, but every time you beat a boss, there's a 1 in 15 chance that it'll just spawn by itself. So every few runs, or in a real run, if you know, if you're good enough, then you'll see a few of these. Okay, so this is the dream system. Like I said, there's a few options for what a stage could be, and some stages have like enemies locked to them and certain bosses locked to them in some situations. So once you know the game, you can come here and spend lunar coins. That's another type of currency. Basically, every enemy has like a 1 in 100 chance of dropping a lunar coin. And as you get them, they persist over a number of runs, and you spend them here whenever you want. There's even another character, which is the mage character, called the Artificer, that is usually right there in like a crystal, and you spend 10 to unlock her. And I think I'm gonna... So how this works is, it's kind of like gambling. It says 3 items and 5 items. A red item is a legendary item, and a green item, like I said, is a rare item. You can... Randomly, it will take 3 of your items and give you 1 copy of that item. And you can do it as many times as you want. And the same for this. And that item is, it's a bazooka that makes all of your basic attacks. So in my case, the 3 darts explode on hit, dealing extra damage, which is kind of cool, and makes it all AoE. And this item gives you an extra jump. And right now I only have 1 jump. So with my wax quails, which are those items that shoot me forward while I jump while sprinting, it can be really cool because you can basically just end up flying if you get a couple of those. So for the sake, I have some really good items that I don't want to lose, though, and that's kind of the trade-off, is I would really like one of both of these, but I'm just not going to do that. And over here, these are lunar items, and how they work is basically you spend lunar coins to buy them, or occasionally a special type of chest can show up in the real game called a lunar pod, and you open them, or buy one here, and essentially it's like being cursed. You know, they give you a really, really powerful special effect, but they also take something away. So, like, this item gives you extra max health, but then converts all of your max health into shield. And you can see that blue on my health bar down in the corner. It is shield. And shield, after a certain amount of time, it just comes back, even in the middle of combat. But it would be really bad on me because I heal, and healing can't fill up shield. And it also essentially nullifies all healing items because that's not how that works. Healing items only works on max health, not shield. This item could be actually really good on me. It's called the Corpse Blossom. It doubles the amount of healing you receive, but it also doubles the amount of time it takes to get it. So it's spread out over time. This item sucks. It is essentially... You gain gold on hitting something, and you lose a lot of gold upon getting hit. So it's basically a trap. And I don't remember what this creepy doll does. But basically, you want to get really comfortable with the game first before buying those. And if you have a good loadout, a good setup, then you don't really need to fuck with them. But sometimes they're exactly what you need. Like, there's a lot of characters that can benefit from a lot of those things. But I'm not, and I already have a lot of good stuff that is helping to keep me alive, and this is not. I should have used that dream system, because on this level, this is Scorched Acres. It's one of the newer levels that they released 2 updates ago, and essentially what it is that people with machine guns can spawn here. It comes down to that. That is the part of this that sucks. There are enemies that have machine guns that it's just so impossible to get away from. Especially if you're me and can not only not dodge, but also am a character that's really slow, and it really sucks. And they can't spawn in a lot of places. They can spawn in that desert where we just were, but only later in the game when you come back around to it. Which does happen, by the way. There are only 4 stages. There are 8 stages, but there's 2 options for each, and then there's only 4, like, actual stages that you go through. Then you go back around to the next stage can be one of the level 1s. The next stage can be one of the level 2s. The next stage can be one of the level 3s. And that's how it works. And so that's when we go back around to that desert, if that's what shows up for the next rotation of the second stage. And if we make it that far, then there may be machine gunners too. So basically, if you just see one here, I'll point it out, and then probably what you'll see happen is almost immediately afterwards, I will die. And that's going to be the video right there. And I will just be so mad that I will quit right away. I need to get this fucking item, but it's in the middle of all of these things. Okay, I'm leaving because things just keep spawning fucking on top of me. I'm already in the hard difficulty, as you can see. It goes up a lot more. But we are starting to get into a crazier part of the game. So this is awesome. What this is a 3D printer, and essentially it randomly takes one of your items of the same color, and then it grants you the item that you see here. So I have a lot of good white items, which is the common that I really don't want to lose, but I really want this item because I'm going to show you something very special. because this is an energy drink, so it vastly increases your sprint speed. And I have a lot of items that I really don't particularly care about. Those fireworks, by the way, that come out when I interact with things, that's an item. One of the ones that I don't particularly need either. Okay, there, it just took it. So now I have, as you can see, 7, I think. How many other items do I have? I could part with a lot more of these. So we just want to get as many of these as possible, because it gets really funny if you find a 3D printer. Oh god, okay. When you find a 3D printer of something you want. These are imps, by the way, these things that keep teleporting around and scratching you, and then if they scratch you, you bleed. And it ends up being really crappy, because all the DOTs in this game really suck. And it's fine. Oh god, okay, here. And now we'll just run away, and you can see I am very fast. And suddenly, the slowest character in the game... Okay, wait, that's one of the gunners, that's one of the gunners, okay. I fell off the edge, which sucks. But when you fall off the edge, you don't die. You can see how fast I am now, and especially with the wax quail I have. I can jump around really quickly, so thank God I could get away. My idea of getting away was apparently just plummeting to my death, but it's much better to just fall off the edge than see one of those people with machine guns, because the shots that he shoots at you are oil, so it slows you down, and then you get stuck there for the rest of your life. And it really sucks, and it's not good, because I don't have a way to get over here. Okay, wait, maybe this will work if I try and, no. Oh, it did work! Oh, because I'm a plant, I phased into the platform. I thought because I was so fast and I have that wax quail, I would be able to just jump over, and that's apparently not true. I don't know how to get up from here, but I did make it away from the gunner. Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna just go down to our deaths then and see where we respawn. Okay, thank God we respawned over here. Look, we successfully did it. We made it away from the machine gun guy, who's gonna start crossing the bridge to make it over here. But I can use the bridge to defeat him, because there are pallets on the bridge, and no, he's way over there. Okay, I don't care. I'm gonna go across, because I need to find the teleporter and get out of here, because I am not going to deal with that that machine gun guy if I don't have to. See, that's him right there. I could shoot down at him from here, but he's moving. I could slow him down, though, and just completely stick him in place with this, my flower, which is infinite range. Some characters have range on some of their abilities. Thank God most of mine do not have any kind of range at all, which helps make up for the fact that you're so slow, because you kind of want to sit around somewhere else and just fire away at something. That's much more realistic in multiplayer, though, where there's a tank character and close ranger characters that can actually distract enemies, or when you have a lot more drones. Like, I used to have a gunner drone, but I guess it's dead. They killed it. And here's the teleporter. Okay, I want this, because what it does is when you heal over full, you get a temporary barrier, which is different than shield, and it functions really, really strangely. It's so weird walking, like, slowly now, when I could just run like this. Like, basically, I never want to stop running. I'm just like a land shark now, especially since I phase into the ground as I run. Okay, what does this say? Repair incinerator drone. I don't know what that does. Probably, okay, yeah, it shoots fire. I guess I could have guessed that. That's new. That must be from the newest update. I've never seen that before. And then, what is this? Another chest? Okay, good. And then I think we're almost ready to go to the teleporter, which is right here, which is a crappy place for it to be, by the bridge, because there's not a lot of areas to maneuver around the boss, which is this fucking Dune Strider again. Okay. It's fine, it's fine. Is there a second one up there? Yeah, I can see it. Okay. It's gonna be launching bombs at me left and right. I'm gonna just use my healing item there. My, it's called the foreign fruit, which is my Y button. I am playing with a controller. You don't have to. I have played, okay, you saw me just run by it. That, guy with the machine gun. Okay, I'm getting slowed down. It's fine. So what I want to do now is run, I know I ran out of the red area, so notice the teleporter is not charging right now. So I'm going to run up here and just ignore all the enemies because I'm so fast. I can't believe another one spawned right there. Okay, I have to get behind something, and that's really the only way of dealing with it, is to hide. Because all projectiles, all lasers, anything that they really want to shoot at me do not go through walls and terrain the same way that mine don't. And where is that gunner? Okay, I see it, because he's shooting at my, okay, I have to kill him. He's way more dangerous than the boss, which is scary. So I'm going to just kill him. Hopefully he'll die quickly. Yeah, okay, there we go. And we did a lot of damage to this guy who is in my mortar fire, who is getting hit by all of my darts. He's going to roll the bombs at me now from there, or he can shoot them out when he's in that big form where he's really tall. He can shoot them out of the top of his head at like high speeds. I'm going to get back in the red area now. I'm going to shoot my flower at all of these people here to get the healing from it, but I'm going to ignore them because I have to go down and I have to kill the second boss, wherever the hell it is. Where is it? It's over there. How did it get over there? Okay, it's fine. I can fire at it from under the bridge over here, which is good. And I'll just drop mortars on it too. And it's going to be really hard unless he starts rolling the bombs, which we'll know because he'll jump up into that tall form. Then I don't think he can hit me because usually he shoots out the... okay, he's doing his healing thing right now. You can see him trying to pull in enemies, but there's nothing near to him because he was chasing me. Okay, there's the things broke out of my flower. That makes sense. Okay, this is a giant wisp. It's like those red things. This is its that are always flying in the air. This is his mommy. And it sucks because it shoots these big exploding things that knock you back. I'm going to use my healing item again. I'm going to sprint with my my supersonic gotta go fast speed. And then we'll take care of this. I'm going to run back around. Okay, that's one of those beetle guard golem things, but it's got an upgrade. It's an elite. And okay, there's a gunner over there. My life is going to hell. You basically can't walk up on the guys with the machine guns unless there is something to hide behind, because they will kill you before you kill them, because they're really tanky and have a lot of health, and they will just continue firing. So there, it's right there, and I'm going to shoot the flower, and then I have something to hide behind here, because once he starts firing like that, I can just jump under here. And then once you're hidden, he'll stop firing for a second, and then he'll start firing again once you come out. And then we're going to just take this opportunity to kill him. There we go. Okay, now where did that boss go? This isn't usually what it's like. They're so big, but because this level is kind of vertical, they can get sort of lost while looking for you, because he ran around to try and find me. Where is it? Ow, what is shooting at me? Ow, everything is... Okay, I'm going to use my healing item. I'm going to jump down. Where is the boss? I need to kill the boss before I can leave. The teleporter is fully charged. Where is the boss? Okay, he was right here, so maybe he went down here. Yeah, he did. Okay, he's been desperately trying to find me, apparently. So I'm gonna run up here. I can phase into the wall, which is nice, because I just turn into a plant when I sprint. And okay, I think I'm taking a lot of health. Okay, there we go. We'll fire down at him through this area. Okay, wait. I shot out my flower, so that'll take that'll start healing me, which is the only reason why I survived there. Okay, he's doing his healing thing, which is irritating because it's basically going to undo all of the damage I just did to him. So my life is getting kind of bad. Okay, there we go. He's dead. Now I go back, I get the items that he dropped, and then I can go through the teleporter and get the fuck out of here. Okay, what is it? Okay, it's an infusion. That's great. You can see what it does. Every time I kill an enemy, they send like a little health orb to me, which is great. I steal a piece of their soul, and it gradually increases my maximum health, which is the #1 thing that I need right now. Okay, we're in hell. Yeah, this is the level you don't want to see. This is the hell level. It always sucks here. Let me get out of it. We're in a big tunnel right now that connects like one section of hell to another in sort of a shortcut way, but it's not short at all. So to get out of here and onto the real level, oh god, do I want to do this? So this is a Shrine of Combat. When you do it, you summon things, and then it's basically a quick way to get gold, but it's also a quick way to die, because depending on what it summons, like you can see it summoned the big wisp monsters here. Depending on what it summons, you could get really fucked. But my flower will pull them out of the air to the ground, where I can hit them a lot easier, and it'll drain health from them, and it'll be great. And now, remember, every time I kill a monster, now I'm getting an extra 1 health up to 100. So since I'm at 600 already, it's going to be a big increase. Okay, I tried to jump over that, and it didn't work. And I'm going to drop my flower there, which is going to, you'll see my health bar shooting up as I run away, because it'll send me the health no matter where I am. So I can always just CC them all, pull them in, and then just run away. I know I left that big wisp back there. He will find me eventually, but we're gonna just try and survive for right now. Okay, so this is bad. This is an Elder Lemurian, and essentially what they do is set you on fire. And the reason why that's so bad is because fire is a really bad debuff in this game. you will die very quickly because fire stacks and it does a lot of damage each over time, and sometimes it's difficult to notice too. So whenever something can set you on fire, it can either be an elite, which is when one of the enemies turns red, or it can be certain enemies like that one that just always set you on fire. You need to kill them right away, or things will start to get fucky. Okay, I'm dead. Yeah, that big thing over there shot a giant spiky ball at me, and it just hit me in the face and did 100 damage to me. Okay. Well, that is Risk of Rain 2. Those are all the items I got. It's not at all... I did not make it very far at all. But, oh, I got the monster log for the Clay Templars. Those are the people with the guns that I fucking hate. But that is, that's what that looks like. I hope you liked it. This was just like an introduction. I can do other videos where there's like really crazy shit happening. Like sometimes all the monsters just turn invisible, or there's things with fields that just freeze you and kill you. There's crazy shit that happens, or the bosses can get elite modifiers, you know, like on fire, or big shields, or become ice type, or make things around them invisible, and it gets really fucky later on. But that is, that's Risk of Rain 2. I hope you liked it. This is one of my favorite games. I'm scared of birds. Goodbye.